the homie Truthteller, the street reporter. And a lot of people been saying, Truth, Wooski walked out an interview. Somebody pissed him off. He ain't had time for that shit. I said, I can believe that. You know, Wooski got that kind of temperament. Even though you see him kind of quiet, he not really talking a lot now. That'll get you confused with his background. You got to understand, one of the biggest drill artists of all time, who people say is one of them niggas who are blah, 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 walk up on you and put you down like that. He dissed him in all his songs, basically. And I know Von ain't dissing no lame, goof-ass nigga. You know, it's the reason why Von had that energy against Wooski, in my opinion. I feel like Wooski must have really been like that, you know? A lot of people ask me about Wooski. I done talked about him a lot. I'm gonna actually take him to the board today, because somebody told me he walked out an interview, and people was asking me about why Wooski do shit like that. Me personally, I think Wooski is one of the smartest people in the drill culture, even though he took a headshot, you know? I think it took him a while to heal up. I think he's still healing up. When it comes to bullets to the cranium, that shit take a while to heal up, you know? A lot of people tell me the story about Wooski is not real. All that he a killer, a gangster, I want to do something to you, that's fake. The internet made that up, pumped him up, made his energy that big where it's dangerous for him to be out here. You know, that's what certain people told me. Some people off the camera though told me, shit, that nigga crazy as hell. He one of them dudes, them stories they rap about, he was really living that life. Rap was rapping his life. You know, I was told that by some people off camera too, so I want to be honest with you. Me personally, I think the reason Wooski can walk out of an interview and not really want to talk, you know, I felt that kind of energy when I spoke with him, you know. I want to be honest with you. I was kind of giving a heads up of some of the things not to ask Wooski in this interview, you know. I was told don't ask these kind of questions. This might piss him off and get him angry and shit like that. I still snuck some of them questions in anyway. And Wooski was nice enough to interview him and answer him. You know, that's why I think Wooski was dope. Remember, I never had no beef with him per se, so I didn't have no reason to feel that temperament. Now, if you did something to him, then I ain't saying that can't happen. I'm just saying, me personally, I think Wooski lost. Okay, this marked a little bad. Hold up. I think Wooski lost. Excuse me for that. I know you can hear the noise on the markers and shit. I gotta get better markers that don't make noise, get a dry erase board. But I think Wooski lost Dust. He lost Cash. He lost Tuka. K.I. Taekwon. Okay? You feel me? Look at these names. This is a lot of people, you know. This ain't like your grandma, your auntie, you know, you love them, you lose them, you know, these your homies you hang with every day. They come over, knock on your door and ask your mama, can Quan come outside? Can Quan come outside? It be cold as hell outside. I want you to be with your damn family, but he's still knocking on the door. Can Quan come outside? You know, Wooski was around all these people every day. From Taekwon to Get Right, TB, Poppy, and more, okay? There's some more people, I can't even list them all on here and shit. He lost all these people. Think about this. Not only did he lose these people, he survived a headshot. Most people don't get a chance to do that. He survived a headshot, okay? His ops are in jail right now charged with his friend murder. Okay? Charged with friend murder. Okay? He survived a headshot. His ops is in jail right now, charged with his friend murder, which is dumb. Okay? You following me? I think Wooski know all this shit. All that shit y'all talking about, man, Wooski don't know nothing. He kind of different. His brain ain't working right no more. Man, look, I think Wooski know he lost all these people. He survived a headshot. His ops are charged with his friend murder, duh. Okay? I think Wooski not finna let y'all trick him off the streets, in my opinion. I don't think Wooski finna let y'all trick him off the streets. Remember his famous quote, he was saying this shit before he caught the headshot. He was saying this shit way before, Wooski the Man funeral. He was saying he don't want to talk. He was saying that a long time ago. I think he know for a fact that the feds are watching. You got to be crazy. You got to be blind as hell. You got to be blind. You got to be blind as hell if you don't think the feds are watching. All these people were gunned down. It's people who lost their life in O-Block too. Remember, the feds in the paperwork alleged that a lot of this shit started, because of O.D. Perry death. A lot of people feel like Ja'Kyra Bonds and them had something to do with that. Remember, Whitey got killed, I seen it. I was right there, still can't believe it. That song, that's one of Von's close friends, Whitey. The paperwork say that he lost his life due to being shot by a member of Jarrow City. So it's been wars going on. I'm not saying all these people died because of that war, but it was a war going on in the midst of this shit. And these names got linked in it. I ain't even put Brick, Kobe, it's more names. They could just keep going on and on and on. I think Wooski know that. He not finna let y'all trick him off the street. When it come to these interviews and, these conversations with interviewers and podcasters and even people like me, shit. He understands that most people is not finna ask him, so what music did you listen to growing up? Who inspired you to rap? Ain't no motherfucker been asking that. People want to know what went on. Is you really like that? Was shit beef with King Von? How did the beef start? How did the war start? Did you kill anybody? Do you really got 17 bodies? That's what they gonna ask him. He understands that. And I think he don't want to talk. Now, don't get me wrong. I think he understands that. He has a wave in this shit. And interviews are a way to make money. Interviews are a way to make money, and I think he understands that. But I think in order for him to blow up, he's gonna have to talk a little bit more on interviews, because that's the only way he's gonna be able to blow up, because his ops are rich. King Von was rich. Lil Durk was rich. Chief Keef was rich. Even like G Herbo and them, not really his op, but they be with the ops, and allegedly they rich. So, Wooski is like the final puzzle, in my opinion, along with like other guys involved and shit like that. I'm pretty sure the feds have asked about Wooski. Why is Von Steady name dropping him in songs? These guys are being locked up. It's an informant saying shit about paperwork in the Sun-Times. You cannot tell me Wooski name ain't came up in the interrogation room. And I think he know that. And he don't want to talk, in my opinion. It's gonna be hard. It's the homie Truthteller, the street reporter. And a lot of people been saying, Truth, Wooski walked out an interview. Somebody pissed him off. He ain't had time for that shit. I said, I can believe that. Wooski got that kind of temperament. Even though you see him kind of quiet, he not really talking a lot now. That'll get you confused with his background. You got to understand, one of the biggest drill artists of all time, who people say is one of them niggas who will walk up on you and put you down like that.